I think what she saw and what I was used to seeing growing up were very different. I think she saw some things in me that were scary, and so she actually broke up with me, and that really set me back, and I kind of went off and went into a pretty dark, rebellious stage.
My dad takes his shirt off.
Don't be telling about my personal stuff.
My dad takes his shirt off in the house. Yeah, and he walks around.
And I walk around with my shirt off? Oh my goodness.
Yay.
So,
I'm
Chris Harden, and this is my wife Alexa.
Hi.
And then we've got 3 children. We've been married for 13 years, and we have 3 children. And I'll let them introduce themselves, starting with Sophia, our oldest.
Hi, I'm Sophia. I'm 10 years old. I have been doing acting since I was 8. Hi, I'm Asher. I like to play the electric guitar, and on the Saturday dance after school, I like to jump on my trampoline.
What are you going to say, Ava?
And Ava.
What's your name?
My name is Ava, and I'm 6 years old, and I like gymnastics.
Grew up Catholic. Made a lot of bad decisions growing up. Experienced a lot of abuse growing up, both emotionally, physically, mentally, and other. And when I went to college, and I was pursuing money and trying to be popular and trying to gain I guess trying to be liked by others around me. I was into things I should have been in, drugs, alcohol, promoting bands and clubs, and just that party scene. And one night I was walking out of a club that I was promoting, and I had a bunch of money in my pocket, and I was drunk, and there was a fight in the parking lot, and I walk out, and the last thing I remember was talking to some guy at his car, and then I woke up the next day in the hospital, and the doctor said I was lucky to be alive.
He was in the ICU for a while.
I was in the ICU for I think about a week. And the doctor said I had basically a fractured skull and a fractured jaw and a broken eardrum he thought maybe I got hit with a tire iron in the back of my head. And, that's really where...
Rock bottom.
Yeah, God said, what are you doing? I've given you blessings that you're not.
Yeah.
So anyway, that prompted me to get out of Lubbock. And
good timing.
Interestingly enough, it brought Alexa and I together. Really very quickly after that.
I had heard about this happening to him. I was in Dallas at the time, and I heard about that happening, and I heard that I had actually heard that he died. And for me, that was horrible because we were broken up, but I loved him, and I just kind of had hoped that we would come back together. So I think that God definitely had his hand in that for sure too, because all the pieces just kind of worked their way back to us getting back together.
Yeah. And and so when we did get back together, but that was really the turning point in my
Personal
faith. That's when I started to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ and started pursuing. He was pursuing me, and I was pursuing him. When Sophia was born, we didn't know what we were doing. When we decided to move from Fort Worth back to Dallas, I was looking to get plugged in to a ministry in the real estate industry, and came across Abiding Fathers. And based on the way I grew up, it was intriguing. Like, oh wow, what is this? I mean, there's a ministry dedicated to like training and equipping fathers on how to be a dad as a Christian. Like, I'm in on that. So I started. I signed up for the class that Bill Dotson was teaching at the church, and went to his class and just ate up the material. I mean, it was amazing. And because I was getting like practical, real world like knowledge and application of how to take biblical principles and apply them to fatherhood. Lex and I have talked about this, that we're going to raise our kids differently than we grew up. I mean, the things of your past don't have to be carried on into your future, and you can change the way you grew up for your kids. Yeah, so I didn't have a father who mentored me, who prayed for me, who listened to me growing up. Not a mentor type, but through the Abiding Fathers, I've learned to be a mentor. I've learned to disciple my kids. I've learned to pray for my kids. I've learned to teach my kids and listen to them.